If you have spent any time playing MMOs or group games, you should be familiar with the concept of the Holy Trinity: tank, healer, and DPS. You should also be familiar with the idea of getting a group of them together and then running a dungeon for loot. Fellowship is a game that takes that idea of dungeon running and tries to reduce it down to the core concept. All dungeons, all the time. Get a group together, run dungeons, get loot. Run more dungeons, get more loot. And so on and so forth. At Gamescom, I was incredibly happy to sit down and talk to Fellowship's Community Director Hamish Bode about, well, everything. This was a personal highlight for me from the show, so I really hope you enjoy this as much as I did. Fellowship has an upcoming open beta on the 18th of September. Just head to Steam and sign up. And why am I still talking? It's interview time. Welcome to Gamescom. We are here checking out Fellowship, and I have stolen Hamish, who I'm sure many people know, but Hamish, can you do a quick introduction for those who don't know you and what you have done in the past?
In the past?
Everything.
I'll do it right now. I'm Hamish. I'm the Community Director for Fellowship. I've been working on it for a couple of years. In the past, we were talking about it before, I worked at Ubisoft for a long time on a game called The Division that I know you played.
Tiny game, no one's heard of it.
No, some people haven't.
Dozens, literally dozens of people have played that game.
Before that, I had a little spell at Blizzard, and before that, music was my life for a long time. So we're not going to do the whole life story, but...
No, I was worried that you were going to be like, well, it all started when
I was born in Auckland, New Zealand, back in 1986, actually.
A few hours later.
Yeah.
It's like, and so that's when I got to college and then realized my passion for games.
We'll save that for the After Dark interview.
That's on the Patreon. That's the 8 hours extended interview.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Fellowship.
Yeah.
A game that encompasses and embodies the holy trinity of healer, tank, DPS that brings friends and random people on the internet together to kill monsters, collect loot, and just essentially enjoy a very streamlined, polished concept that should all be familiar with.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I think the trailer that we put out on Wednesday, there's a line in it that says all dungeons all the time. You know, that's very much what it is.
Yeah.
We don't have any chores in the game that you need to do. We're being very upfront. It's if you want to try an end game dungeon experience that people have seen in MMOs, we're offering that without any of the other stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love the other stuff, but that's not our game. We also have taken a lot of inspiration from other MOBAs and ARPGs because we've loved those games for a really long time.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember sitting down with an old colleague of mine that I've known since 2013. Actually, when I first started on The Division back in Malmo, we had lunch and he was working at this indie studio called Chief Rebel, and he said that exactly to me. He was like, you know, it's a mix of some of the MMO stuff, the MOBA stuff, and the ARPGs, and that's very much the games I've been passionate about for such a long time. So it was, very tempting, and here I am.
It definitely feels like it's a game that kind of does away with the busy work, and you're trying to essentially minimize that friction for when a player gets home from work, they boot up the game, they can click as few buttons as possible to get from start screen into action.
It's really interesting that you say get home from work, actually, because I've used a similar kind of description.
I'm old, my knees hurt. I'm not getting back from college.
I gave away my age at the start of the interview, so you already know some things. But
we're both 19. We know hip words and stuff.
I know.
Like, yeah.
So fellow kids will know that we get busy, right? It was one of those things. I kind of made the switch from MMOs. I played a lot of MMOs. I made the switch to MOBAs for that reason, because time. And I'm the kind of player that gets FOMO. I know some people don't have that problem, right? They can jump into an MMO no matter, they don't mind what other people are doing.
Yeah.
They'll jump in and they'll do whatever activity they want, and they'll never worry about other people. I don't know if I'm that kind of person. If I see people doing content that's difficult and there's gear to chase and that sort of thing, I need to be there with them. I need to be doing everything to be experiencing that stuff.
Yeah.
And when I felt like I didn't have the time it just wasn't kind of working for me. So now we're trying to answer that, basically, where you can jump into a dungeon before work, after work, in between, or maybe you've got dinner in the oven and you find that you've got, half an hour to jump in and do a one-boss dungeon. Basically, we're really excited to offer that end game dungeon experience, but just really jump in and play. It's cool.
What is the design philosophy behind the loot then? Because obviously that has to be the thing that essentially drives a lot of people to want to go through these dungeons.
Sure.
So how do you make it meaningful? And
it's a balance, right? Because we don't want the game to have so many layers of RNG that looting stuff and gearing up takes so long, and you could be doing a dungeon 1,000 times and never get the loot that you need. So we envision our loot system to be pretty quick in terms of progression.
okay.
But alternatively, we don't want to give everyone everything straight away, because then you're not getting that power fantasy of picking up a piece of gear and recognizing like, oh, wow, I'm hitting stuff way harder now, and that's really satisfying. And I'm going through difficulties and taking on more challenging content because I'm picking up that gear.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're that type of gamer who likes getting a bit of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, but I think it's a bit of a balance between, giving everyone everything for free, but we want people to kind of get through and experience that content in a frictionless way. I think you said frictionless before, and I think that's a really good way of explaining it.
It definitely feels like, from what you showed us and what we've talked about, that to some people who hear this, they may think, oh, they're lowering the ceiling down, but what you're actually doing is the ceiling's still there, because you're going to have harder stuff for the people that want it, but you're bringing the entry point down so that it's easier for people to get in if they don't want that challenge, but for the people who do want it, that is there as well.
No, that's really, really astute. So we want to keep that window kind of as wide open as possible. So we've already seen in our community that there are so many people that are really chasing and pushing difficulty at the top end of the scale. But I think there's a really big opportunity to welcome players into this experience, right? Like, so for players who felt like, we talked about time being an issue for people, maybe it's also cost, or it could be that we talked about ranked anxiety a little bit earlier as well.
Because sometimes you feel you may not be able to be good enough, or you may let other people down, and all that kind of stuff. So
we want to kind of welcome everyone into this experience. So we're providing all sorts of entry points. I think we've got some systems set up for people who have never played games like this before, where they don't need to worry about gear, and they can just jump in and play, start to experience it, and dip a toe in the water and see if it's something that they like, try out different heroes, and if they feel like it's for them, they'll be able to try out some other systems where you can progress through, get some gear, and take on more challenging content, but only at your own pace, right? So we know that we've already seen, like, you put a game like this in the hands of some players and they are going to devour it very, very, very quickly. And I've always warned developers that I've worked with, if you're estimating that players are going to do it at X difficulty, they're going to do it at X to the power of 5. Don't underestimate players, because they are going to destroy what you're doing very, very, very quickly. And that has been proven to be true.
So going away from Fellowship for a moment, because of your history in the industry and working in a game like this, it very much feels like community is important to Fellowship. And so I'd love to just talk about how integral it is to kind of curate a positive community, listen to their feedback, but also still be understanding of the negative.
I mean, I'm obviously biased. I work in community, so I'm going to say it's the most important thing.
Yeah, but I feel like it's important to remember that it's what essentially fuels the 100%. Passion of the team.
So I joke about it a little bit, but one of the things I'm really, really lucky with is that the developers that I work with are also on the same page.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe part of the reason they brought me on board. Initially, when we were first having conversations about if I'd come on the project, they didn't really need a community person. I mean, we were early in development, but we were so much on the same page that they kind of saw that it was integral to the project. And also our publisher who we work with is really, really supportive and very much on the same page too. So that's why a lot of what we're doing on our side is very, very community focused.
Yeah.
The way that we're, kind of doing outreach for the game is very much through the community, through the people that we work with. I really feel that the best way to market this game is just get it in the hands of players.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, we've already seen that when people play the game, you've played it, we're pretty confident that when you play it, you're going to recommend it to a friend. I mean, that's kind of what we feel and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
I hope that we're right. But that's, I think, the best thing we can do. Just get it in the hands of as many players as possible, and I think it'll take care of itself.
So for you personally, which of the Trinity is your favorite? Are you a tank? Are you a healer? Are you a DPS? What role do you normally...
I'm having a bit of an identity crisis,
yeah?
to be honest. I've traditionally in these games played... Well, going back, I was kind of a healer main for a very, very long time. And then I went and played MOBAs.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of support players in MOBAs, but it's a little bit different. You know, I've played a lot of DPS heroes, so I enjoy the DPS heroes in our game as well, because a lot of them are quite rhythmic, and that appeals to my musician brain. So I've been really enjoying that. And then the big surprise is that I've been tanking a lot, and I've been enjoying it because I've never tanked in a game before.
I mean, the tank that I was playing that I've forgotten the name of.
Meiko.
Like they seem very musically focused as well because you're doing the combos, so you can just like count them off, and it's like notes essentially.
No, exactly. And I don't want to embolden our community because they have already started a Meiko cult.
Nice. I can see why.
Yeah. So I know I shouldn't have favorites, and we have a huge Meiko cult, but
are you joining the Meiko cult?
I kind of am.
Yeah.
And it'll make some people angry, but I just got to go with my heart.
You know, that's the thumbnail of the video now, the title, everything.
It feels like it's
happening. Gonna post it on Reddit.
My dev account on Steam has a Meiko portrait.
Yep, there we go.
I think I'm only probably weeks away from getting like a Meiko tattoo or something. I don't know. It's dangerous. I think my heart's with Meiko right now. Yeah, people are going to be mad.
So, for those who want to know more about Fellowship and they are interested in playing a game like this, obviously they should wishlist the game on Steam and they should follow you and everything, but you have a beta coming up.
Yeah,
and you have other things going on. Yeah,
so as of Wednesday, so a couple of days ago, I don't know when people will see this video, but...
at some point.
Yeah, it'll be in the future.
In the future.
It'll be in the future, at least. And if you are in the future, you will right now be able to go to Fellowship on Steam, and you'll be able to sign up your interest for the playtest. You'll be reminded of that as soon as it's about to go live, so that's happening on September 18th. So until the 23rd, people will be able to play Fellowship as much as they want. We're not doing any kind of gating of invites. It's open to everyone. We just want people to play.
Wonderful. And then, of course, the game comes out a little bit after that, but for sake of time travel and everything, it's probably going to go up before the beta. So, yeah, the release date will be October
9th is early access.
Future Dave here just to say that the early access has gone from the 9th of October to the 16th. So it is coming out 1 week later as it's trying to avoid, that really big game that's coming out.
Yeah, and I'm really excited personally that we're able to do early access. The price we're looking at is, it will be $24.99, it's $25. Which
is a nice cheap price, allows people to get in. Again, you're lowering those barriers of entry.
That's kind of the whole ethos. I had hoped we'd be able to come in at a price like that. I get nervous when we start thinking about higher prices than that because I know for people games are expensive.
Yeah.
It can be a huge ask a lot of the times to pick up a new game, right? I mean, the open beta is going to be free. That's awesome. But the early access at that price, I'm really, really happy about. So I hope that we'll see a lot of new people trying it out. It'll be
awesome.
really exciting.
So if you're in the near future, you have the open beta. If you're in the distant future, the game is out and you get to like play it and like go have fun and join the Meiko cult.
Yeah. Well, maybe. We have to probably start some cult fairness across the board.
Nah.
Everyone's all in on Meiko, let's be real.
Too late now. Anyway,
Yeah.
Hamish, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for letting us check out the
No,
game.
it's been a blast. And like I
wish-
said, we're here if you need anything ever. We just want people to play.
I wish you and the team the best of luck with the launch.
Thank you so
and the
much.
open beta, and I hope it all goes well.
Thank you so much.
As someone who played Division, it was honestly so great to talk to Hamish. As mentioned earlier, Fellowship has an open beta coming up on the 18th of September till the 23rd. So jump in, try it out.